Distinguished leaders, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to join you once again for this Global Rally of Hope, the sixth such event sponsored by the Universal Peace Federation. And I am honored to support the vital mission of UPF and join you in the great cause of building a more peaceful and prosperous world. The Bible tells us that the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. And today, as leaders from around the world who cherish the values of faith, family, democracy, and justice under the law, I commend you for coming together at this event to continue to sow the seeds of peace, believing that in time we will reap a harvest of peace that will benefit the people of Korea, the United States, and all mankind. I want to thank Dr. Moon for hosting this important event and for faithfully continuing the significant work she began with her late husband. Thank you, Dr. Moon, for your devotion to building a more peaceful and prosperous world. Think Tank 2022, bringing together the wisdom of leaders in government, business, religion, civil society. I believe the dream of a peaceful cooperation and unity in Korea will be closer to reality than ever before. We gather at a time of renewal and promise. Over the past year, mankind has been reminded just how quickly our lives can change in unexpected ways. For the past year, the coronavirus pandemic has inflicted heartbreak and hardship across the globe. Every nation on earth has been put to the test. But now, thanks to bold leadership, groundbreaking partnerships, and the courageous resolve of our citizens and our caregivers, mankind's victory over the coronavirus is closer than ever before. Not long ago, experts said it would take years to develop a vaccine. But today, more than 1 billion vaccine doses have been administered worldwide, moving us closer every day to putting the coronavirus in the past. What we've learned through this challenging time about ourselves and about each other is that nothing is impossible when nations work together to achieve the common good. And as we undertake the urgent work of healing our nations and restoring our economies, we must also remember that our task is not merely to rebuild the world of the past, but to forge a brighter future for all our citizens. During my 4 years as Vice President, the United States and the Republic of Korea proved how much you could accomplish when nations share a common commitment to democracy, free enterprise, family values, human dignity, and equality under the law. Together, we improved our historic alliance, strengthened our trading relationship, and reaffirmed America's ironclad commitment to support the Republic of Korea, Japan, and our allies in the region. And our commitment to our common defense remains unbreakable. We will stand firm against our common adversaries, even as we work in good faith to turn those adversaries into friends. And in so doing, I believe we're laying a foundation to bring about the peaceful unification of Korea, even within our lifetimes. Few people imagine that they would see the leaders of the United States and North Korea sitting down to talk peace. But at the historic summit in Singapore, that's exactly what happened. And while our journey toward peace goes on, what's most important is that the journey has begun, because the first step is always the hardest. And now a new American administration has the opportunity to renew our commitment to our common defense and build on our progress toward peace, which I fervently hope our new president will do. Now more than ever, freedom-loving nations around the world must stand together and call upon China to respect human rights, democratic principles, the freedom of navigation, and do their part to achieve the final and fully verified denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. During my 4 years as Vice President, At home and abroad, I've seen firsthand that truly great nations embrace the principles of liberty, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, democracy, and free enterprise. We know that strong families, education, equal treatment under the law, and a recognition of the worth of every human life, born and unborn, is the foundation of true national greatness. These are the values that have united the people of Korea and the people of the United States for nearly 70 years. And they're the same values that my father, Lieutenant Ed Pence, along with freedom-loving Americans and Koreans, fought to defend in the Korean War. And they're the values that I worked to advance when I served as Vice President of the United States. And I believe if our commitment to these principles remains true and unshakable, the day will soon arrive when a great land once divided by war can become one nation and one people, united in peace. I know I speak on behalf of millions of Americans when I say how proud we are to stand alongside each and every one of you to support the cause of freedom, security, and peace for the Korean people. Scripture tells us, let us not become weary in doing good, for in the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So to everyone at this global rally of hope, I urge you to keep striving, keep working, and never give up, because your labors on behalf of peace for the Korean people, the Asia Pacific, and the world are not in vain. So thank you for the honor of addressing you today, and may God bless you all.